The film starts with an empty house which already has an entity in it, from whose point of view we are able to see this house. After seeing the house, the entity goes up and goes into a cupboard, and when a family comes to visit this house, it comes down. Actually, a lady named Rebecca came to see this house with her family, and she also liked this house. Despite being out of her budget, she decides to buy this house because it is very close to her son's school in Talon. He is a professional swimmer. Rebecca wants him to play at the national level, and there should be no obstacle in his training. However, Rebecca's husband is not happy with this decision of Rebecca because he thinks that his daughter Chloe is not ready for this big change. Recently, a friend of hers died, due to which she could not get out of the house. But Rebecca did not care about her daughter Chloe at all. Seeing this house, Rebecca and Rebecca's husband were talking, and the entity listens to them. As soon as the entity finds out that Rebecca is going through a trauma, it starts following Rebecca. And we see that here, Rebecca came to a mirror. The mirror was about 100 years old, and this was told to her by the owner of the house. Chloe goes to a room to visit this house, where she feels that someone is watching her from the started in this house. A lot of laborers who work here have run away because they feel that someone is present in this building. There is the presence of some entity. Then, after a few days, it is shown that Rebecca's family has also shifted to this house. Rebecca was talking to someone on the phone, and we found out that Rebecca had fraudulently entered her own company to pay the bill for this house, and she was not even sad about this because she felt that it was okay to do anything for her loved ones. Here we are shown Chloe, who had no one. She was crying alone, and she fell asleep while crying. As soon as she woke up, she realized that she was close to someone. She immediately got up from the bed and started going towards the cupboard. She said, "Nadia, is this you?" She thought it was her friend's soul who had come to live with her. But that entity doesn't say anything. The next day, it is shown that Nadia had spread her books all over the bed while walking, and then she got up and went to take a bath. From behind, the soul came to her room, and she saw a picture of Chloe and her friend Nadia. After that, she put all the things scattered in the room in place. When Chloe came out, she screamed in fear. "How did all this happen?" Then she realized that it was Nadia who was helping her. Now she had stopped being afraid of this soul. As soon as she heard her scream, her dad also came to the room. They asked her what happened. So Chloe lies that she had seen a rat. Actually, she didn't want to tell her dad that her friend's soul was here. Now Chloe's dad goes down and discusses Chloe's condition with Rebecca. He says that Chloe is not well. Chloe's friend has been killed by an overdose of drugs, and in the same way, another girl has also been murdered in the city. We should take care of Chloe. But as if Rebecca didn't care about her daughter, she also tells her husband, "I think you are thinking too much." Meanwhile, her son Tiger comes home. He also brought his friend Ryan with him. He introduces Ryan to his family and Chloe. And Ryan likes Chloe at first sight. But Tyler threatens him that there is no need to be friends with my sister. At night, we see that Rebecca and her husband were talking about Chloe again. Chloe's dad thought that Chloe should be shown to the therapist, but Rebecca still gets angry and says that Chloe just needs time. Hearing this, her husband also gets angry at her and says, "Don't forget that along with Tyler, Chloe is also your daughter." Anyway, the next day comes, and when Chloe was alone at home, then Ryan, that is Taylor's friend, comes to meet Taylor. Chloe offers him a drink and invites him to her room. But Ryan refuses to go to his room and tells her that Tyler has stopped him from going to his room. But after saying this, he himself comes to Chloe's room. Both of them take drugs here, and Chloe shares her grief with Ryan that after her friend's death she feels very lonely. Ryan also gets curious and starts listening to her and tells that he never had his death. "I don't know how it feels when someone dies. Just tell me how it feels when someone dies." Chloe needed someone to share her grief. She also started sharing her grief, and while sharing her grief, they both got very close to each other. Here, Ryan also shared his grief that no one cared for him in his house. Even his mom didn't love him. She was very toxic. Before these people get closer, the entity here doesn't like to come close to them. and it breaks the cupboard here, because of which these people get scared and fly away. Ryan thought that the page of the cupboard must be loose, because of which the cupboard broke and fell, but Chloe knew that it was her soul. As soon as she got close to the cupboard, she felt a strong breeze on her face, because of which she got scared. And she understood that it is Nadia who is telling her to stay away from Ryan. Now, since a lot of things were going wrong here, Chloe finally decided to tell her family. She asks everyone at the dinner table, "Did you feel that there is some other entity or presence in this house? Did you ever feel that there is someone else who lives here other than us, who we can't see?" After hearing her, her brother Tyler started thinking that she is mad. He tells her, "Your friend's death has left a deep mark on your mind. What are you talking about?" After hearing her, Chloe starts crying, and Chloe's dad scolds her. Tyler gets up in anger and leaves from here. And his mom too. After that, on his dad's request, Tyler also wants to apologize to Chloe. But Chloe was angry. She scolds Tyler and throws him out of the room. The thing he wants to complain to his dad again. And Dad explains to him that Chloe is in shock, and you should take care of her. But Tyler was not worried about anything. He was also telling his mom about his bad deeds with great pleasure. That how he pranked a girl and leaked her private photos. His mom too, instead of scolding him here, doesn't say anything to him. But the presence, the soul that was here, she didn't like hearing this at all. And as a punishment, she goes to Tyler's room and starts breaking everything. Her winning medals, mugs, she drops everything. First of all, Chloe comes to this room after hearing all these voices. And then the rest of the people too. After seeing all this, all the people were very shocked. Everyone was scared. They get scared and come out of the house. And Chloe also comes out. Chloe tells everyone that it's not anyone. It's my friend Nadia, who has come here to stay with me. You guys don't be scared of her. But Tyler and his mom were not ready to go inside the house now. Anyway, they had believed that Chloe was telling the truth. There was really an entity in this house. Now, accepting Chloe's second opinion, these people were not going to go inside. But here, Chloe is accompanied by her dad. And Chloe is brought inside the house by convincing everyone. After coming home, Rebecca's husband calls the lady through whom he bought the house. He asks her that if there was an entity here, why did you give us this house? To which the woman says that there was no entity here before, and if you guys feel that there is an entity here, then I'll send my sister-in-law. She is a psychic and frees people from such problems. Rebecca's husband agrees to this. The next afternoon, that psychic also came home. As soon as she came home, she felt the breeze on her face, from which she came to know that this house is really haunted and there is an entity's presence here. After noting down small things, she tells everyone that there is an entity's presence here, and that presence is suffering like Chloe. Just like Chloe is stressed after her friend's death, the entity is also in some stress. Hearing this, everyone was surprised because these people had not told the psychic about Chloe. The psychic also says that only Chloe can feel that presence. Because of Chloe's trauma, she has become very sensitive, and for her, the door of the fourth dimension has opened. From the other side of it, souls and things of the other world can give her their message. They can make her feel their presence, which ordinary people cannot feel. She says that when she had gone through such a drama, the door of the fourth dimension had also opened for her. She has always tried to keep this door open so that she can help others through it. Now Chloe asked the psychic, "Is this my friend Nadia?" To which the psychic says, "No, I don't know who she is. And I can't even tell this because this soul doesn't even know who she is. She is just stuck in a wrong dimension, in a wrong timeline, and she is not getting a way out of here." The psychic says that times behave strangely in the fourth dimension. Past and future are decreasing at the same time. In such a situation, souls often get confused and go to other timelines. The very old mirror at the back, the psychic saw that mirror and touched it. She said that old mirrors often make us contact spirits. She wrote on this mirror and tried to ask questions to some entities. But in a strange way, a blue light was born in the house, And she also got a strong shock in the body, due to which she fell ill and then left from here. Anyway, now after a long time, we see that that presence had stopped bothering this family. Even when Chloe started coming close to Ryan, she didn't stop Chloe. In fact, to avoid all this, she herself went to the closet and hid. When Chloe went to take a bath after being free, that entity saw that Ryan was adding some drugs to her juice. To stop Chloe from drinking these drugs, he shakes the table and drops the juice. Chloe didn't feel very strange. She cleaned everything from here. Chloe didn't even feel that presence, because she felt it only when she became very sensitive and emotional. But after her friendship with Ryan, Chloe's mental health improved a lot. And in this way, the door of her open fourth dimension started closing. Now she was not able to feel such souls and entities. Here Chloe and Ryan talk. Chloe says that Mom's kitchen. He takes 2 glasses of juice and mixes drugs in both, out of which he gave 1 glass of juice to Tyler. As soon as he drank it, Tyler fell asleep in a few minutes. And then he took the 2nd glass and went to Chloe's room. As soon as he came to the room, this time Chloe felt something bad. She asked in fear, "Where is Tyler?" Ryan said, "Don't worry, I have put him to sleep." After hearing this, she understood that Ryan must have given drugs to Tyler. She did not like to hear it. She asked Ryan to leave the room immediately because today she did not even want to go near Ryan. Ryan relaxed her and tried to make Chloe drink the glass of juice in which she had already mixed drugs. Now the entity was watching all this. She didn't want Chloe to drink that juice, but because she can't touch humans, she couldn't even drop the glass this time, and Chloe drank that juice. As soon as she drinks this juice, she becomes unconscious. And then we see Ryan's real face. He was a thick-skinned man who enjoyed killing girls. He took a cling trap this time and put it on Chloe's mouth. And slowly he kept suffocating her. Every time she was about to die, he would remove this cling trap because he enjoyed seeing a girl suffering. Here it is revealed that Chloe's friend and another girl were also murdered by Ryan. He was a psycho man. He was repeatedly suffocating Chloe with a cling trap so that no one knows that a person had murdered Chloe. Everyone thinks that Chloe was killed due to an overdose of drugs. In simple words, this guy was a serial killer, because of which that entity tries to save Chloe, but she is not able to do anything because of her barrier. Now that entity decides to pick up Tyler to save Chloe, but she was not able to touch Tyler either. She tries to pick up Tyler by dropping things here, but Tyler was unconscious due to the effect of drugs. How would he get up? He screams loudly in Tyler's ear, and Tyler gets up in fear. When he regained consciousness, he immediately remembered that Ryan had come to his house, and this time he was not close to him. He must have started harming his sister. Thinking this, he ran upstairs, where he saw that Ryan was going to kill his sister. While running, he catches Ryan and moves down the window. And as soon as he falls down, both of them die. After this scene, we are shown in the next scene that now this family is leaving the house because this house had killed their son. The greatest sorrow of her son's death was for Rebecca, because she had taken this house for her son, and she loved him very much. Her son's death had broken her. And when she became mentally weak, now her connection began to form with that entity. She felt the entity in her house for the first time, and she went to the 100-year-old mirror, where she finally saw that entity, and she found out that the entity was none other than her own son. It was the soul of her son, which had actually come in the past to save her sister's life, to save Chloe. Knowing this, Rebecca's purpose is fulfilled. She got freedom. And as soon as she goes towards the sky, this story ends here.